He used to be a manager in the NHS. He has groomed a number of young girls on Snapchat. And he happened to meet some of them and abuse them sexually on Snapchat, pretending to be someone their age, pretending in some cases to be someone they can entrust, they can confide in, they can talk to if they don't want to trouble their parents and their family members. He groomed them like that for years. And at the end, he happened to abuse some of these girls. We need to be very mindful. You as a parent, you as a guardian, you might think your daughter or your son or a person that is vulnerable you're looking after in your care, they're safe at home, in your living room, in your bedroom. But in these days, even in their bedrooms, even in their living rooms, they're not safe from evil monsters who prey on children and innocent and vulnerable people online to sexually abuse them and harm them in many different ways. We cannot go into the details of that. You as a parent need to be very mindful and very thoughtful and very watchful of what your daughter, your 10-year-old or 5-year-old or 12-year-old or 13-year-old or even 16-year-old daughter or son, what they're up to with this smart device, they're stuck with for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. You need to monitor what they're doing, who they're talking to, who they're chatting with, the games they're playing, the websites they're exposed to, the friends they're befriending on these social media platforms and these dark websites. It is your responsibility because it is as dangerous as leaving them alone in the middle of the night on the streets. This is the reality we live in now. Very dangerous. As a girl in her own house, 14-year-old, being groomed by someone who is very intellectual, very educated, while her parents are unaware of this. Don't let your son or your daughter to be the victim of these monsters online. This is very, very dangerous. And some games such as Roblox, this is one of the most dangerous games children can have access to. And I know some cases where children as young as 11 and 12, they were groomed on this game Roblox. They developed some kind of a relationship over time, talking and chatting with someone and playing games with someone on Roblox, thinking they're the same age as them, 11 or 12, but they were in their 40s. This monster deceiving and grooming this child, making them trust them, earning their trust, and then exposing them to sexual content, exposing them to some websites which are very, very inappropriate for their age. In some of these cases, some of these children were traumatized. They had a panic attack when they were exposed to these images. And in some cases, they caused these children to do for them what they please. And they take screenshots of them and sell them on the dark website. You don't want your child to be the victim of these monsters. So therefore, never believe that once your daughter and your son, they're alone in the bedroom or in the living room with a smart device, they're 100% safe. The responsibility is greater than we think. Always make sure. I know it is almost impossible to have a kid today without allowing them to have the screen for some time, at least a day. You can do that. I'm not saying cut them off completely from these devices. But you've got to be in control of that. You've got to be watching them, who you're talking to, who you're chatting to. And there's a lot of options where you can set these games and your computer and your device and your iPad for child protection, safeguarding children. There is options. Look online. Watch some YouTubers and some experts guiding you how to protect your children online. You should invest in that, just like you invest in things that are very important to you. This damage, this harm can cause a trauma for your daughter or son for the remaining days of their life. Because you allowed it. Because you wanted to be free for that evening or that morning or that afternoon. What did you do? You gave your daughter, your innocent son, a smartphone here, do as you please. And you're watching, you're playing, you're talking, and you don't know that your child is being groomed by a monster online. They've been exposed to the dark world, which they don't have to. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.